Welcome, fire signs. Thank you for tuning in. This is your reading for the month of November. I hope you all are well. So, I'm doing a collective reading for the fire signs, meaning that if you have sun, moon, or rising in Aries, Leo, or Sag, then this is the reading for you. Feel free to check out your sun, moon, and rising sign for an overall, more included message. I am doing a collective reading for you guys, but I also wanted to start off with some channeled messages that I wrote down for you guys separately. So for Aries and then Leo and Sag. Yes, I just feel that October is always a month where the veil is so thin. So I always want to also focus on just channeling some messages instead of only the cards. So yeah, I'm going to start off with Leos. I will leave the timestamps in the comment section and in the description box, and you can just head over to your sign. And then after it, I will do the collective oracle card messages and then the tarot. So that's what we're doing, okay? Let's start with Leo. Leo, when I started channeling for you, they started talking about foreign countries and just ancestral wisdom and just overall feeling the push and the pull to travel, or to, whether it's physical travel, actually moving, or moving to a different country, moving to a different state, crossing the borders, what I kept hearing. But I felt also it was really like a spiritual and a mental travel, traveling yourself from one place into another. That could be through your memories. Sometimes when we smell a certain scent, it takes us right back to a moment where we were, I don't know, traveling, or when times were different or people that are no longer here were still with us, and it's just, it could time travel you basically back to a certain moment. Or it could also work when it comes to the future. What do you imagine? What would you like to see, touch, feel, and eat when you are there? So that was they say foreign countries and different lands. So it sound very ancestral to me, like past lives, or just overall feeling connected to a history, a culture of a certain space or place. Or maybe you want to dig a little bit deeper into your own roots. Maybe you are actually feeling guided this month, or have been feeling guided lately, to dive deeper into your ancestors, like who came before your grandparents, who are your grandparents, and who are their parents, and like just where are you coming from, and then most, from your both bloodlines that you come from. For others, they say last location was well spent, meaning that was like the last location that different than your home, where you went. There's something that you took from there, or there's something that you gained, or that you can still pick up on, but you're not, they're saying it because they want to make you aware. So they want to remember you, or remind you of your last trip, till your last location was well spent, is what they said. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to put it down like that, and then add it to your, apply it as a may. They also want you to be conscious of your health, whether that's spiritual, physical, mental health. Like, just be conscious of it. Make sure that you don't push yourself, go too much over your own boundaries and things like that, because you do have a yes, you have a blockage there. That's what I'm feeling. Like there's something that they're showing me, and I'm touching my ring. So something is like, it might actually be a little bit like there's not enough space for your creativity, or not enough space to breathe. Like you feel sometimes a little bit suffocated by responsibilities, or you're overworked, and that's why you're neglecting like the needs, and that you have, like your physical body needs certain vitamins and minerals and things like that in order to really provide the energy that you might need. Some of you have some low iron, or vitamin C, or vitamin D, like things like that. Just check it, let it get checked. Just take a morning out for yourself. Just get yourself checked to see, okay, I have a busy time coming up, or maybe it's like holidays and stuff, you want to feel good, or you just want to get work done before the holidays begin, so you can take time off. But sometimes you push yourself a little bit too much, because I do feel like there is second house energy coming in for you as well. Let me see. Yes, and you have 4th and 10th house energy, meaning that is the career. But I feel like for some reason it's the Venus shift that we're gonna make. We're gonna go in, Venus is gonna go in Capricorn, and that's gonna go retrograde right there, so we'll stay there for quite some time. And that energy, I feel like, is just pulling at you a little bit. So that's just something that I wanted to lay in the middle. Don't overly focus on it, just be conscious of your health, be conscious of basically trusting your intuitive wisdom where it's guiding you at this time. If it comes to future or your past, or basically past life, even like things like that can maybe come up for you guys this month. All right. Up next is Aries. Let's do your messages. I'm changing the crystal every time I start reading so when I have to do the timestamps, I can double check quickly and see, okay, I changed the stones, and then I'm starting with a new sign, because I had a hard time doing that for the other signs, and I was like, you know what, I need to come up with something. And plus I pick a crystal. Let my intuitive energy just pick one of the crystals that are laying here. So anyways, Aries, let's focus on your reading. Okay, I wanted to do something differently with you guys. If you have pen and paper available, okay, like if you have it laying around, just maybe pause the reading, get yourself some pen and paper, or maybe you have like notes or something on your phone where you can just type something in, okay, because it's all about that you're able and capable of writing something down. All right, so basically I have stuff written down for you guys, but I wanted to first start with this. So if you have your pen and paper, or another way to write something down, you know, whatever you feel comfortable with, write down the words C-O-M, so come, C-O-M. And we have that, so C-O-M, com, like for example, .com. Finish, like make, let's say 4 words with these 3 letters. All right, so I'm gonna give you one example, because if I'm gonna keep giving you example, I might actually, you know, you guys get in that energy, so I want you to write freely. For example, compromise. All right, it's C-O-M, price, compromise. Don't, like, if you feel guided to write that word down, write it down. If you can come up with 4 other ones, use your intuitive energy to write 4 down. Okay, you can pause the reading if you need to. If you need a little bit more time, you know, okay, you know what, let me just think about this, or let me just not do this right now, I'll come back to this reading later. So yeah, then you can pause it right now, and I'm gonna continue with the rest of the read. All right, so if you're watching this right now, make sure that you have your 4 words down. Those are the words that will connect to you this month. These are the words that the universe wants you to focus on, and how to integrate or to release this a little bit more. The word C-O-M, so come, stems from Latin word of commitment. You know, commitment. So it has to do about committing to that, to the commitment in your life, right? So basically, for example, if you have, because the words that came through on my end, it was compromise, it was comparison, it was companionship, and company. Those were the things. And company came in from like companionship, company, like having people over, a company, having company over, or we're working inside a company. It is about the commitment to another being, like another soul in your life, or a person, a animal, like anything you need to have sort of a level of commitment with, or two. So what they said was, they showed me, was that I feel when it comes to your commitment to other people in your surrounding, or the way that you approach life in general, there are some shifts and changes coming there, because I feel if you were really in front, like you were the one, for example, financially providing for the family or things like that, something might shift and change in that. Something might shift in your situation and someone else needs to step up to that role. This could also be emotional support or things like that. Has to do with a certain role that you played. It's probably going to shift a little bit the dynamic between you and that situation, whether it's work or it's a relationship, it's your family, it's your friendship, like some role, maybe in a band or in a knitting group, you know, you might actually have a certain role. There might be some people taking over certain roles for you, so you can actually spend some time elsewhere. So it's all about creating space. But for some of you, it might feel like, oh wow, I'm no longer in this power seat position. I don't have the control, and here is another person all of a sudden, you know, leveling up, and now they want to take care of me. Now they want to provide for me. Now they want to give me time off. Like, I don't know, there's a new situation for me. So that's an energy I was feeling. But go back to your full words and see how you can integrate those in this month, how they can work for you. Feel free to drop them down below because I'm very curious. But if you don't feel comfortable, no problem at all. Just keep them for yourself. Those 4 words are connected to your November, okay? Maybe also December and stuff, but like, let's just focus on November first. All right. Thank you, Aries. Up next is Sagittarius, and last one, but never the least, happy early birthday, Sagittarius. I hope you all will have an amazing birthday season. I'll try to be back before Sag season hits. Okay, and yeah, I have a lot of Sagittarius energy in my surrounding as well. Not as much as Scorpios, but the Sag just also always come through. But the thing is, I felt like a little bit of a shift in your energy. But I'm going to share what the channel messages were for you guys, okay? So I'm just literally going to repeat what they said to me. They said, loosen up your grip. Loosen up your grip. I don't know if there's something that you felt like you had to sort of hold on tight to, or help or someone, or carry something, or push, work on. You know, it's like they say losing your grip. And for some of you, it was losing your grip on him or her. And for some of you, I felt like it was a son or daughter energy, okay? It doesn't come true very often during my readings, but I felt they say, like, listen, loosen your grip on him, on her, because they say it's not like you. Okay, so I feel like there's something, and that's then a little bit more collective again, something that you normally wouldn't really focus on so much, or you wouldn't really hold your grip on. Now you find yourself actually caring a lot, or stressing about something, or not being really able to let it go and just let it flow. So they said, like, just loosen your grip on it because it's not like you. You know, that's what they said. I also felt like it was a comparison thing that had a hold on you. Like you kept comparing yourself to how well someone else doing in comparison to how you were doing, or you know, anything in that area. Basically just comparing yourself. Maybe it's comparing yourself, like you find old picture, like, wow, I got old, or damn, like I don't look like that no more, or I can't even fit in these jeans anymore. What's my favorite jeans? What's happening to me? Like comparing yourself to something that you are not, or that you no longer are. But they are saying, like, listen, don't get your mind twisted with this energy. Like, that's not like you. And it's okay sometimes to lose your weight, but what they're saying is, like, hey, get ready for your party. It's almost your season. They just literally say, listen, just focus on getting ready for your party. Okay? Like, put your energy there. So on your party, and also the healing, because the healing is going to come in. You know, you guys represent the Temperance card, you know, and I always feel like it's a balancing of the scales. It's the healing. It's a, you know, rejuvenation. And so I feel like your season will definitely bring things right into balance, like right before 2022. And the year 2022, and I'm going to make readings about this as well, it's not going to be like the easiest flow. It's like 2017, 2018 energy again, but it's definitely going to be different than 2020 and 2021. It's going to be less restrictional because it's not as supported anymore. So the people in the power position are going to have to work harder to gain a certain level of power, and they're going to be more focused on that than actually getting it, you know, because people are going to slip through and get on the other side. Like, there's an energy I'm feeling for you guys. So you will be able to be you in a more freer sense, because I feel that certain things from this year and last year, it just got to you, and that's okay. You know, because it's really hard to be a Sag right now in these times as well, because it's so restricted. And if it's something that's not light, it's something that doesn't flow well with you as your Sag nature, and something you represent the ninth house. It's all about exploration and adventures and new things, and, you know, learning and through doing and visiting and, you know, all of those things. But it's just, it's okay. But they're saying like certain things got to you, and they change certain fundamental things about you, or, you know, for a little bit it put a filter on things that is not, doesn't fit you, and it's sort of keeping you away from your inner child, from your joyful place. So have fun, get ready for your party, okay? That's something that they kept showing me. So just focus on getting ready for the things that are coming, because your time is coming, Sag. Not just your season, but your time, okay? Things are going to look up for you guys. Take a deep breath on that one. You see, I have my little blanket over here. It's just comfortable. You see, I'm just getting ready. I'm just getting ready for your party. All right. Let me see. Yes. So basically, the stress. Like, there's one more thing for you guys for Sag. It's like why I wanted to stretch the thing, like loosen up the grip a little bit, because it's affecting your health. And your health is very activated in this month. So if you do things right, it's like multiple pulled by 3. You know, like, well, what is right? I mean, if you listen to your body and you treat it well and you nurture it and you are conscious of it, what it needs, and that mostly with you is reducing of stress. You know, stress is just very, it's intense, and it can have a lot of effect on almost every people, but especially for you guys, because it takes you away from your place of joy, and that's why you create, and that's why you release as well, pressure and stress. So yeah, okay. Basically, I'm not gonna keep on rambling because I'm already at 18 minutes. Let's move on to the collective messages. I'm going to pick up the angel message deck for you guys. Haven't used this one in quite some time, so I'm just gonna pick this one up for you guys. Here we go. Tree of Action. Tree of Action. Like, that sailing boat is definitely something that comes through. I don't know if some of you have like a sailing boat in a bottle or something, you know, or on a painting. I feel like for some of you it's like above like a fireplace, or just something that reminds you of a father archetype. Basically, that's an energy that I was feeling. So I don't have to apply it as I may. Things are working out beautifully. Now that your ship has come in, it's time to decide what your next big project will be. You may choose to continue to build upon your successes or move on to something entirely different. Be willing to travel if necessary. Beautiful. Be willing to travel if necessary. And, you know, for Leos, that might actually be a spiritual travel. But so what they're saying is that things are working out beautifully, and sometimes things haven't really completed itself yet, but you have put in the work. So now for you is sometimes for something to really manifest, for something to really bloom and grow, like when you're planting seeds, you can focus on another project and things will come and flourish in divine timing. You don't have to, see all the results yet before you start something new. Sometimes you just put in the work that you have to put in a certain project, put it aside, let it manifest in divine timing, and put your energy elsewhere. So they're asking you, like, what do you want to do next year? You know, maybe right now, November is a great time to just, you know, concentrate on it a little bit and reflect. It's like, what do you want to call in this next year? What is the number 23 bringing for you? You know, it is definitely uncertain, and maybe that's also a beautiful place to be. You see, if we were talking about, for example, 2019 energy, when we say, like, what are your plans for 2020? Be like, yeah, I want to travel, and I want to travel, and then I want to travel. You know, I want to start my own restaurant, and you know, it's just like, yeah, because you felt the opportunities and everything was just open. But could you bring a little bit and cultivate a little bit more of that energy back in, where you can look beyond the invisible lines, basically, of years and months and stuff? I mean, we can work with the seasons. How about that? I think it's more natural to work with the seasons than to work with the numbers of the year. With basically, if you ask me now what I did in 2014 or what I did in 2013, I would have to look up, not to mix up the years, you know, because there was a lot going on in those years, and I have a very strong, like, memory, but even I sometimes need to observe. Was it 2012? 2013? Let me think about that. Oh, no, it was 2012, because I remember this and that. But do you really remember everything that happened in those years? And does it really matter that you made it in 2013 or 2015 now, like 6-7 years later? It goes with the seasons, you know? It's like, if you flow a little bit with that energy, think of, okay, winter time is here. Winter is coming. You know, winter is coming. Well, for a lot of us, okay, not for everyone. You know, some people are lucky, and the sun is coming. It has to go somewhere, so it's gonna go the other direction. Now you guys deserve it, man. I've been through a lot. Your winter and our summer. So basically, what I was talking about is that when it comes to winters, things slow down a little bit. The pace slows down. And there's something so beautiful about it, because when you start to force things to happen, you just got shut down. You know, it's like, if you plan for, there's just, no, I'm going to put it differently. For example, with the summer, sometimes also anxiety comes with the summer. You know why? Because there's light. There's, well, if we're lucky, there's good weather. There is late sunsets and high temperatures, if we're lucky. Once again, because we weren't this lucky over here, but I'm just saying. And when the sun is out, you know, especially where I live, when the sun is out, it's really warm. It's like, you know, you can really get a good tan and everything if you want to. Well, carefully, you know, wear some protection, but you know what I'm saying. So, but it also comes with a certain pressure, because not every day the sun is out. So when the sun is out, you feel like all this pressure, like, okay, I've got to go out. I got to go outdoors. I got to go get my vitamin D. I got to go get some tan. I gotta go. You know, when it comes to the winter, you don't really necessarily, if you work at home, you don't really necessarily come out of bed. For example, right? Like, you, of course, some people have to go to work and all of that, but it's like, you don't have to do as many things that you feel energetically pushed to do in the summer. It's about retreating back in, making it all a little bit less external, but work on the internal. So when you work with the seasons, and you know, like, summer is coming regardless of what year it is, you can work with that. It brings in a natural flow, and it helps you work with divine timing. It helps you understand divine timing and integrate into your life, and then you become way more peaceful. A lot of your anxiousness just falls off you, you know, because a lot of times we live too much in the what's coming, what is here now, what's in the now. So I don't want to continue rambling because I know I'm doing a fire sign reading, but I just feel like bringing in a little bit more of the opportunities when it comes to setting your goals in like a positive way instead of the Five of Swords energy, because it would just bring you down in your frequency. Okay, what are we doing for the fire signs? Let me just pick up the regular tarot. Okay, I just want to go with the OG today for you guys. Talk to me about the fire signs. Let's move on to the tarot. Talk to me about the fire signs. Coming through from the fire signs. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. Girl, wasn't I just talking about the Five of Swords? I saw her real quick. I can detect that gray ass sky from any card, even if it just flips for one split second. I already knew it was coming out. But then together with the Nine of Swords, and then together with the Five of... Man, well, if something goes wrong, everything comes down, doesn't it? Sometimes it's just, life just works that way. But when it's up, look at that. How beautiful aligned is that? 9 and 10 of Pentacles. Who won? The 10, obviously. Okay, so the Queen of Swords, sorry, the Queen of Cups with the Knight of Swords coming in as well. They want to let you know and make you aware, and that's probably why I started rambling with the angels, because the angels were like, you know what, let's talk about it. You know, let's just go with this. And then I trust them, and then have to through the way my Five of Swords energy comes through. It's like, okay, is this valuable? And I forget that I'm not the one who decides what's valuable or not, and I just need to, you know, share. Basically, the Nine of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. It's a mindset thing, okay? I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong or that you're weak-minded or whatever. If this is what's hunting you sometimes, if this is what's getting to you sometimes. Ooh, the light went out. See, sometimes the light just goes out. It just go out on you. That's okay. Can I fix that in the range right now? No, but do we really need to? I think it's fine. I think we're good. Okay, let's continue. Sometimes the light just go out on you. Part of life. All I'm saying is that you do get a period of time where you sometimes have to travel here. You know, mentally you just have to travel to this place where, even if it's just for an afternoon, everything just, you know, gets to you, and it's just too much, and you just don't want to do it anymore. What's the use? What is the point? It's like everything comes out. Let it all come out. But then, you know, a spark comes in. That's something like, maybe sometimes it's through food. Like you eat food and you're like, oh yeah, I remember something good. Like this makes me happy. You know, later at the night you flow into another frequency again. If you allow it to happen, like I said, like the seasons, they come and come naturally and not fight against it too much, then they can come and teach you something and pick you back to another energy, and then take you there back, and you know, and like that, and just naturally flows. And you collect data, okay? But when you get stuck there and nothing someone says or you do or you try, and it's like, oh, like, you know, will make you feel any better. Depression energy, basically. But I feel that you've been going through a rough cycle with someone, you know, and every time you were just coming from your heart chakra and just heart space, you really just wanted to know if someone is okay. What do you mean I'm okay? I'm fine. Why are you asking me that? Like, oh, wait a minute. You know, you see how the Queen of Cups is like, hey, are you okay? Are you fine? Like, can I do something for you? What do you mean I'm okay? Do I look like I'm not okay? What are you saying? I look bad? Well, thank you. Great. Good morning to you too. Wait, what? What just happened? Oh no, it's fine. You know, Hendrik didn't have his coffee yet, so just ignore him. Talk to him in an hour. It's like, wait, what? You know, it's that energy. It's like, gotta breathe sometimes. You know, you guys are the fire sign, so sometimes it just comes in quickly. It's that Mars energy. I've seen it everywhere. I've seen it in so many things just popping up. But you also have to... Ooh, oh, that's a lot of cards. And then some of it fell on the ground. Here we have the Two of Cups with the Hangman, and we have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. We have a couple cards on the ground. Let me see if I can cut them because... Okay, no. It's 3 cards. It's the Queen of... Okay, wait a minute. I'll be back. 1 sec. Alright, I'm sorry. I had to get off the chair and pick it up and everything, because if I extend my back like this, it's not gonna be cute. I'm gonna feel that. No, I've been having some back issues this last week, so that's why. Anyways, I got 3 cards for you, right? Fresh from the floor. We have the Tower and the Queen of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, and I just have to laugh because of course the Tower and the Queen of Swords fell down, and I was just talking about the Queen of Wands because Queen of Swords, because I was saying to the Queen of Cups, oh, Queen of Swords, and I was like, oh, she's gonna show up, make her appearance sooner or later in this deck. I never mix them up, but when I do, I know, oh, the energy is lurking. Okay, so basically what I feel is that you're just tired of trying to make someone feel better, or to make someone, like, some of you may be dealing with somebody in your surrounding that is going through a depression or a episode of depression, or a seasonal depression, or just low frequency energy, right? They might actually lost their job. They just feel very low in themselves. You want to make them feel better, but they really don't have it, and they're just not having it, and it's just really hard. And at one point you just get a little bit fed up with trying to be there for someone that just doesn't want any help, that doesn't want to be helped. You can definitely be there for people that are going through mental health issues, and we all have been dealing with those somewhere down the line, somewhere down the line of life. We have had those seasons, or multiple of them, so in some way, shape or form we could meet people in the middle, but we can't meet them all the way if they're not willing to show up on that same pathway, and they will show up in divine timing, and when the timing it's right for them, and they will have a door open for you in order to extend some help, or something. But when the door is shut, it can be a little an in-between moment of like, okay, I'm supposed to just stand here in front of a door and wait for it to open, and like be okay with this and not get frustrated, and just try again, and just maybe maybe tomorrow, and I'll just wait here, and you can keep that up for some time. But I feel like you've been trying to knock on the door, and then either no one opens, or they open and they slam it back in your door and in your face. And that energy is really hard if you're really trying to be there for someone, or trying to help someone that just doesn't want to be helped just yet, because they're still going through the ringer of it, and they push people away because they don't feel worthy of love on the inside, and they act like an asshole because that's just the energy that comes up. And maybe you recognize a little bit of that in yourself. It's nobody's fault. It's not like, oh, let's play the blame game, you are an asshole, and so I don't have any compassion for your depression. And it's like, no, it doesn't work that way. Life isn't that easy. Nothing is truly black or white. Everything has colors of the same palette, and then the opposite. And sometimes they do not match. And it's no one's fault. Does that mean you have to lower your own self-love and have no limits or boundaries with people who just are literally incapable of being a nice person? No. So you see what you have to give and offer what you have to give freely without receiving anything back from it. And then for the rest, cultivate the energy towards yourself. And think positive thoughts from a distance towards that person. Send them some healing, send them some blessing. Like, let them know, hey, I am around. I'm not going to sit in front of your door every morning anymore, because I noticed that that's not something that helps you. And definitely it's taken a lot of my space and time. So what I'm going to do is going to let you know, maybe each and every day, like, hey, my house is across the street. If you want coffee, it's ready in the morning. Okay, so just so you know. It's that energy you know. So you have the Two of Cups with the Hangman. I feel like for some of you, it really is a person you're trying to approach, and they might actually still going through a healing phase. They might still, you know, went through a bad relationship or something like that, and you're just trying to overcome. I feel some of you are coming closer in a connection with your own higher self. Okay, you have a conversations with your like-minded person, and that is you, and connecting to your higher self. So you have conversations with the you within the universe. I don't know if that's something that you can say, but that's something I heard. Like, it's the you in the universe. Basically, it's the you in the universe. See, they're almost like the same height, but it's the masculine and the feminine energy. Even though this isn't all that masculine, but I'm just saying now. Everybody wearing dresses over here. Knight of Wands with the Knight of Cups. You both are passionate, but you're running both the other direction. Okay? But I do feel that the intention is the same. There is some passion there. There is some connection there between you and another person. But I also feel that things go well and go cute and all of that. But I'm also hearing the song of Billy. It says, when I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever. Oof. I've been hearing that song. Not hearing, like putting it on, listen to it. I mean, I listen to it obviously because I know the song, but haven't intentionally pressed play on that song. But it plays around in my head with the collective energy. So it could be two people who just need some separate space, and it just makes you happy to be away from your person. It's not about the person, it's about the you with the person, and the you that you are when you are alone. You know, and sometimes you need that person to come forward. You need to work on your own individuality inside the relationship. It's very important. A lot of people forget that stuff. And then they get lost, and they start to have grudges towards the person, and the person didn't even really do anything. You know, there might be some incidents, but like, it's basically you give of yourself, and then you kind of lost your track, and you are responsible to find you again. Another person can't offer you that. The Tower with the Queen of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Let me get a clarification on it. Ooh, what is going on with that? Very jumpy. You see, every time I touch this energy, it just jumps at me. Who's jumping at you? Or are you jumping at someone? Because I see the Ten of Cups here. So it's like, happiness. What? I'm sorry. Okay. Good, I'm happy for you. Scared me right there. You know, it's like hooligans. And they're screaming. They're very angry, but they're very happy. Okay, good, excited. No, but the Tower with the Queen of Swords. And then the Moon card. Yeah. It's... when you don't completely overgive of yourself in a connection, and you understand that, hey, it's okay if there's like an in-between period, and it's okay to work on myself, it's okay to give, but then also keep some of for myself, whether that's love, resources, money, finances, anything. It makes you happy. That makes a relationship work way better. That some things doesn't have to be on the table. You know, you don't have to offer completely everything of yourself. What you have to offer is commitment, you know. Loyalty, commitment, trust, honesty. Even if it's not the thing they want to hear, you know, sometimes, or vice versa. At least it's honesty. You know, it's not nice for your person to say to you, like, listen, I need him on the way because I just want to work on a relationship with myself, and I just can't be around you in this house because I have a hard time really connecting with me. And basically, you could take it up on, okay, so you can't flourish around me or something. It has nothing to do with you. It could be a totally different person as well. It's about spending time alone and that being positive for the relationship. And that's something that I feel like some of you may have actually pushed, but it wasn't really working. And then when you both have work on your own individuality, it brings in 10 of Cups for your energy, because you have much more patience with each other. Again. So what's the unknown with the Moon card? What's hidden what's not coming to light just yet? Yeah, a Page of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel some of it's new, it's fresh, you know, it's something you're approaching from a light-hearted perspective. Like, I'm not oversharing of me instantly. I've done that before in the past. I'm not going to jump right in, move in, you know, with that person instantly within 4 weeks. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna dose it in divine time, and I'm just taking my time with it. And the Page of Pentacles with the Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay, so some of you might have like a lot of options, and it's overstimulating you because you don't know what to do. You have a hard time deciding something, and it's really getting to you. And for some of you are fearful of your health. Okay, so that's one more thing. With the Three of Pentacles, you might meet somebody through work, or have met someone through work, or you know what, I know a really nice person for you, you know, that person just, you know, they're also single, and I think they would be really good fit for you. Like the dating the matchmaker friends we all have sometimes, right? Yeah, so that could work out. But I think overall it's more about having a much more balanced connection to yourself, and giving yourself some space sometimes, and focusing on something new instead of giving all your energy to trying to fix the old. It's like, okay, you know what, it doesn't work. Okay, you know what, it's a stress point right now. I'm stressed. It's okay. I'm just gonna step away from this for a little bit, because I'm not gonna change anything this night or this morning, or, you know. So same what goes with conflicts with other people, regardless if it's love or not. Just take some space away. Okay? Make sure you're not underrated or underappreciated this month either. If you keep those things connected to one another, you got this. It's gonna be a good month. Okay? It's a little bit of a hot mess, but who doesn't like a hot mess sometimes? You know, keeps things fresh. All right. I love you so much. Be conscious about the fact that on the 19th of November we have a eclipse in Taurus. So don't put out your crystals in the moonlight and stuff like that, unless you want to, you know, call in some energy that we don't need. Okay, but make sure that you're releasing and you're purging, letting go of the old, or, you know, be conscious about what you would like to change or, you know, enhance. All right, I love you. I'll be back soon, and have a great month of November. Bye, fire signs.